I'm Amanda. This is Quinn, and I just wanted to get on and say hello and welcome. I know I'm a couple days late, but it was a really busy Labor Day weekend. And I wanted to introduce myself a little more formally than just writing it out in Kelsey's post. So my name is Amanda, and I'm a stay-at-home mom to two beautiful little girls. Olivia's almost 4, and this is Quinn, and she is 10 weeks. Wow, that went fast. And I just wanted to tell you guys that these two kids are my biggest why. About 7 years ago, I got diagnosed with PCOS, and that stands for polycystic ovarian syndrome. And for those who don't know, it's a hormonal disorder, basically. I'm considered pre-diabetic. My body doesn't process sugars like it should, and it holds on to fat, like holds on to it. So losing weight has always been a huge challenge for me. But the biggest issue for me with the PCOS is it caused infertility issues. And I knew, like, when I got married and my husband got married, we wanted to start a family, but we didn't know we were going to have trouble with it until I was diagnosed. It basically causes you not to ovulate like normal because your hormones are so out of whack. It causes you not to have a menstrual cycle. So like you never know, and tracking it with ovulation kits and all that stuff, they're inaccurate. There's just no way of accurately training it. But PCOS is actually one of the conditions because there is no cure for it, but it can be managed with diet and exercise. So there are different severities to it. And I do have a pretty severe case, which we found out when we were trying to get pregnant with our first daughter, Olivia, and I ended up having to go through IVF to conceive. But the doctors told me that my reason I had such a success with my IVF the first time around, which is a huge rarity, usually it takes a couple tries, is because I did get my diet under control, and I did do a strictly paleo diet, where it means like no grains, no dairy, no cheeses, what else? No pastas, all the really good stuff. I cut it completely out of my diet, and I lost, I want to say, about 45 pounds just by following paleo and the container system with Fixate, because it's adaptable. And that's why I had such success conceiving my first child. And then little Quinn here, she was a complete surprise. We had been trying to have another baby since Olivia was 18 months, but the doctor said the chances of me conceiving naturally are like slim to none because of my PCOS. And lo and behold, little miracle Quinn here just happened naturally. But a large part of that, again, was because of my diet. I followed the Fixate container system. I just have huge success with it. My body responds well to that program. And I'm pretty sure it's because it does limit your amounts of dairy and your carbs and all that you can eat. So ultimately, like, because of my PCOS, I would never have started this healthy weight loss journey. I was never an exerciser. I don't particularly enjoy doing it. I was never into sports. I'm not very competitive. I'm more artsy and crafty, and that's just my personality. But once I realized I needed to get it under control and figure out what I could do so that I could have a family, it was a no-brainer. And the Beachbody products and the workout programs were just the easiest answer for me. I always used, well, I worked and I don't feel like going to the gym as my excuse. And ultimately, it all just ended up working out for me. And now I have my family's complete because I was able to get that PCOS under control. And there's a lot of people out there who have it, and it's starting to be talked about more, but it's just not talked about a lot, because it's sad and it's slightly embarrassing. Like, your body's meant to do this thing. As a woman, we're supposed to have children, and just it's supposed to be naturally what we're supposed to be doing. And it just, with PCOS, it doesn't happen, and it's sad, and it's just hard. It's just a hard thing to be diagnosed with, mainly because there is no cure. But again, like I said, with diet and exercise, it can be managed. So now I'm on this postpartum journey, and my PCOS is definitely making it a challenge for me because my body, again, likes to hold on to the fat. So I've been following the 80-day obsession program, and no, my scale has not changed. My weight has not dropped at all, but inches are huge. And I've learned once I was diagnosed with PCOS that I needed to rely more on my non-scale victories than my scale victories. So I don't utilize the scale nearly as much as I used to. And I just focus on those non-scale victories. So that's what I'm trying to do this time around. I am getting a little discouraged, but that's part of the game, and it's just part of how it is. And I know, my PCOS is going to make it a challenge for me, but I also know it's not impossible. So ultimately, my PCOS is why I started this journey. It was the final nail in the coffin for me. Like, if you want this family, then you got to get this under control. And so that's what I did. And that's basically my why. My why is because I want this family, and I want to be strong examples for my daughters, and I want to let them know that life will throw you obstacles, but not to let them get the better of you. So, and now I have my children, and my why has changed a bit. Now my why is more like I want to be a strong role model for my daughters. So with that in mind, if you guys could comment below like what your why is and share it with everybody, we might find like some of us have similar whys, and it's just a great way to get to know each other a little bit further. So please share your whys. Thanks. It's nice meeting you all.